Hi guys, Sal Galvin here, Jarradale Equestrian. I'm just here with Lisa Gale to discuss, really to cover some of the story behind the results that Jarradale Equestrian has had on some children. So welcome, Lisa.
Hi.
Lisa and her husband own some successful businesses. The main one is Speedy Spanners, which is a successful mechanic shop. They also lease their premises to a coffee shop and a community centre. So Lisa actually does quite a lot of community work. They're very busy people. And on top of that, they have 3 gorgeous children, which I am privileged to have a bit to do with. So welcome, Lisa.
Hi, thanks for having me, Sally.
Thanks for coming. So Lisa, just quickly, tell us a little bit about, so your eldest boy, Riley. So you've got Riley, Macy and Lily.
Yeah.
And just give me, we were talking before about the positive effects that, where Riley was, and then because he rides at the equestrian centre, and where he is today.
So my youngest, Lily, she was really ill with Kawasaki disease, and we were away from home, just me and her, for some time. And I was so into what she was going through, I had no idea of the effect the illness would have on my eldest, Riley. He became very anxious about me even leaving the house for a short time. He cried most days over the tiniest of things. And as parents, we had never been through anything like that before. So we really didn't know what to do. And then Sally posted a video at the perfect time about how horses can help with that. So I suggested to Riley about having a go. And then it came, and within the first session, he already started to get this glint back in his eye, and he became happy. We started getting our little boy back. And it just escalated from there, really. He was just started getting happiness back in his life. He just keeps going that way. Even today, we're 6 months on from Lily's illness, and he's just learning more and more from you guys and becoming more confident in a lot of stuff that he wasn't confident in before.
So Lily's better now, isn't she?
She is, yes, yeah. Yes.
And Riley's such a gentle little soul. He got really upset about, his little sister, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. I just really didn't expect him to do that. And so I was really shocked, and I just didn't know how to deal with that. There was nothing I could do personally for him. You know, I could give him a million cuddles and it wouldn't help satisfy what he needed at that point. But you guys and Smokey, his favourite buddy, you guys did it for him. That's what he needed at that moment in time. And he just loves it even now.
That's so amazing.
So,
that's really good. So little Riley's gone from, so he was really shutting himself away for a little while, wasn't he?
Yeah, we tried talking to him and it just made no difference. So he really needs something outside of the box, really, that we could deliver for him. So the connection he's got with Smokey and with the teachers is pretty amazing. And then his little sister, Macy,
she's a cutie.
Obviously, because Riley was doing horse riding, I said to her, what would you like to do? She said, I'd like to be a ballerina. So we bought all the ballerina gear, and then she came for last year's holiday camp thing. That was it. She was like, okay, I don't want to be a ballerina anymore. I want to be a cowgirl. So, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks for that. So here she is joining in. And I was just saying to Sal earlier that even with Macy, she doesn't suffer from any kind of anxiety, but she's always withdraw a little bit, and she's always shy, and she's a little bit more, she always looks at something and sees the scary side in things. But just this weekend, she climbed a massive spider's web at the playground, and to her, she's quite a little thing, that would have been massive, and she would have never done that before horse riding. So even she is getting confident in places we couldn't have expected. So yeah, it's helped them both a lot.
That's so wonderful. And as a family, as a mum, so I'm a mum of 4 boys, and so I can relate. I know when my children, when they're having a crack at stuff and they are facing their fears and doing it anyway, I really feel proud when they're growing and developing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it always makes me smile, like when they come home and they were like, oh, we've done this today at horse riding, or we've done that. You can see they're proud of themselves. And I think it was on Riley's first or second lesson. He came home and he used those words. He said, I am proud of myself. And I just like, just crying away, because it was at that point that I was like, wow, this was the right decision. This is what's going to get him out of where he's this like dark place that he's found himself in. So one other thing too, I was just thinking then, you're telling me about his stage performances at school. You know how they have to go on and do. Yeah, so at school I actually got an email from his teacher saying that we needed to chat because Riley has started to withdraw from school environment and he didn't want to be part of things. And also during stage performances at school, he never wanted to be in front of people doing stuff. And on the last performance, that was only just at school end, he was up there smiling and dancing around, and he's never done that before. He's always like, oh, don't look at me, I don't want to be up here. So to see him do something like that and be proud of it as well, and like making sure his parents are watching, it's just amazing. And his school teacher and there's a school psychologist there as well, both said to me they thought that horse riding has had an amazing effect on Riley. So it's not just me that thinks that, but his school have agreed too.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
So that's just like, that is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
For stories like this.
And the important thing, Sarah, to me as well, and to Riley, it's not just about the connection that they have with the horses, it's about the connection they have with the teachers here. The teachers are just amazing as the horses. So you guys and your bubbly, can-do attitudes are what get them by as well. So.
Thanks so much.
No worries.
Thanks for coming in and sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.